Good morning, first grade Smarties, and happy Tuesday. Today we are going to be talking more about measuring. Woohoo! All right, so last week we talked about ordering objects from shortest to tallest and shortest to longest. I actually also, say hey, little cat. Hey, little cat. Okay, so we are going to keep talking about measuring, and I'm going to tell you guys a secret. We talked a little bit last week about what we're going to be talking about this week, and that is comparing objects based on length. Now, this is where this week is going to be a little different. We are going to be comparing objects by their length, but we're going to be comparing them to a tool to measure. Now, we're not using yardsticks or rulers or other standard forms of measurement. We're going to use non-standard forms of measurement. So that can be things like pencils, can be things like sticks, can be things like string. You could even use cats to measure things. But this week we're going to be talking all about comparing objects by their length. Now again, we're going to be using objects to help us with measuring. So Mr. Mason, my awesome cameraman, is going to follow me over to the table, and I am going to think out loud what this will look like. Now, today I'm going to show you what this looks like by comparing different things by how tall and by how long they are. So the first thing I'm going to use to help measure is the string. Now, Miss Mason has two instruments that she's going to use. I don't have a third instrument right now. So this is called a bowed psaltery, and this is a ukulele. Now, if I'm looking at it from this way, am I going to be looking at it from tallest or longest? I'm going to be comparing which one is taller, not longer. So I'm going to use my non-standard tool, my string, and I'm going to make sure that my objects start at the same place. And I'm going to use my non-standard tool. And if we are comparing the objects, I can see that my ukulele is taller than my bowed psaltery. If I'm trying to compare how long they are, I would turn them. And it would be the same, right? If I just turn it on its side. So we can use non-standard measuring objects to help us compare lengths. I'm going to show you another way we can do this using some technology. So Miss Mason, I have a stick that used to be a cat toy. This is going to be my non-standard measurement tool. Everyone say non-standard measurement tool. Okay, so I have my non-standard measurement tool, and I am going to compare which one is longer. I want you to predict, I want you to decide right now what you think. Do you think my laptop is longer or my iPad is longer? We can look at these objects and we can tell which one is longer, but we can also use tools to help us figure out which one is longer than the other. So I'm going to line up my laptop to the end of my measuring tool because I want to make sure that it is accurate. And then I'm going to line up my iPad on the other side. And as we can tell, which one is longer. Turn to your grown-up or your family member, brother, sister, cousin, dog, cat, animal, little cat, which one's longer? The laptop, right? I can see using my non-standard tool, even though my laptop doesn't go to the end of my tool, I can still see that my laptop is longer than my iPad. One more. All right. I have one more thing that a lot of you, I'm sure, have seen because you guys tell me about your video games all the time. So I have two other objects. I have a PS4 controller and a TV remote. This time, this one is going to be a challenge. We're not going to use a standard measurement tool or a non-standard measurement tool. I'm going to lay these objects down. What do you guys notice about the lengths of these objects? They're what? They're the same length, aren't they? I made sure that I line them up so my remote and my game controller are both the same lengths. Pretty cool, right? Miss Mason discovered that while I was getting this ready. All right, so guys, I'm so excited about this week. I have some really fun posters that we're gonna work through together. Miss Mason did some drawing, she did some writing to get this learning fun and exciting. All right, so this week, our goal is to compare objects by their length using non-standard measurement tools. All right, guys, have a great day. Happy learning.